Welcome to this module on housemate matching, support circle factors, presented by DSO Housing Navigators. In this module, we will touch briefly on the individual support circle and environmental factors that impact housemate matching before focusing more closely on support circle factors to consider related to the individuals that will be living as housemates in the shared living arrangement. All information included in this module and supporting documents is provided for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as legal, technical, business, or other advice. Developmental Services Ontario, or DSO, and its host agencies do not endorse any commercial product, process, or service referenced in this module or its producer or provider. The DSO also does not make any express or implied warranties or assume any legal liability for the accuracy, completeness, timeliness, or usefulness of any information contained in this module or supporting documents, including web links to other servers. Some URLs included in this document will link to a third-party website. Throughout this module, we will provide a summary of factors that commonly impact housemate matching and will then touch on support circle factors, such as readiness and timelines for moving forward, the vision for how decision-making will be made, the vision for how in-home support will be managed, the vision for how the responsibility of managing the home will be assigned and/or shared, the vision for proactively resolving problems that arise along the way, and what are the long-term goals of all involved? Is everyone on the same page? We will conclude the module with some actions and things to consider to support success. Let's get started. This slide provides links to information and resources from the DSO Housing Toolkit, which are related to the content we will cover in this module. Link 1 leads to Step 1 of the DSO Housing Toolkit, where you will find information on the topic of housemates, as well as other information you might find useful to your planning journey. Link 2 leads to the My Housing and Support Plan form, which is a tool you can use to document key information about you and your lifestyle, as well as the needs and wants that are related to the housing and support plan you are working to create. This module and the others we have created in this series can help you to complete the My Housing and Support Plan form, should you wish to do so. The modules will highlight some things to consider in each area of the form. If you have questions or need assistance, please contact your local DSO Housing Navigator for guidance. The My Housing and Support Plan document is a PDF document that can be edited and works best when completed electronically, as it allows you to include more information and can be easily updated as changes occur. You are also welcome to print the form if you like. Link 3 leads to the My Relationship Circle tool, which can help you to think about who is important to you in your life. It records the relationships you have and how they can help you live the life you choose. Link 4 leads to the Housemate Partnership Agreement, which can help you consider and record the obligations, responsibilities, and commitments for 2 or more parties entering a housemate partnership. The 5th set of links leads to compatibility profiles, which can guide you through questions and a checklist that can help you and those you may consider living with understand your interests, skills and habits, and other important information that might influence who would be a good fit for sharing a home with. You may want to review the information from the toolkit before or after you work through this module. All web links shown throughout this module can be accessed in the resource document for this module. We will begin this module by talking about some of the most common factors that impact housemate matching. We have divided the information into 3 categories. The individual section refers to the person living in the living situation who is looking for a housemate and is or will be receiving support. The support circle refers to the people around the individual. This often includes family, if available, friends, other natural supports, and/or paid support. The environment refers to the physical space of the home, the surrounding area, and the community. It is important to recognize that individuals and support circles are all unique. Not all factors will weigh as heavily as others. What is important is that conversations happen to discuss all these factors to ensure that partnering individuals and circles are on the same page. Open, honest conversations generally help to create solid partnerships that can weather ups and downs that will come with a living situation. It is also important to recognize that it will be impossible to match to another person or their support circle if there hasn't been any thought or reflection on personal values, strengths, and needs. It is important to consider all these factors individually prior to meeting potential partners. We have created 3 individual modules that discuss each of the factors in more detail. This module focuses on the support circle factors. Let's talk about factors related to the support circle. The first question to ask support circles is, what is your timeline for creating a living situation? The answers can range from right away to when the primary caregiver isn't able to care anymore, for example, in 15 years. If the timelines don't match up, it's usually a non-starter for the match. Support circles should be on the same page generally with when they plan for the move to happen, so that they can all be getting support they need to prepare emotionally, as well as setting reasonable expectations for moving forward with the partnering support circles. How are support circles involved in helping the housemate making decisions in the home, and what does that look like? Having a plan on the support circle's role and the housemate's wishes is a good idea. Some circles like to leave decisions to the housemates, perhaps with help from the paid staff. Others tend to be involved in day-to-day matters much more. It can create tensions when the support circle jumps in with good intentions to solve issues when the other support circle and/or the housemates feel that they shouldn't be involved. Emotions can run high as support circles are used to advocating for the person they are supporting. And it can become tense if the understanding of their role in decision-making isn't similar to the other support circle that is involved. Support required is the next factor. Providing just enough support is a way to respect the person's support needs while providing the opportunity to grow and learn. Sometimes, for safety reasons, some might need constant support in home, while others are able to ask for help when needed. It's important to break down individual needs to determine what type of support will be needed and how they might be tailored to meet the individual needs of the housemates. Sometimes support circles will prefer someone to be in the house all the time just in case. It's important for support circles to discuss needs realistically, considering the preferences of the respective housemates and with a similar approach to managing risk tolerance for promoting skill development. Many support circles also rely on partners to contribute to support costs, and open discussions of anticipated costs for support will be necessary in this case. Who manages the home describes the practical or logistical aspects of managing the home that often involves legal or financial matters. For example, who is signing the rental agreement, utility agreements? Is a guarantor needed? And if so, who will take on that responsibility? Who will employ or contract with support staff? It's possible that all housemates' names are on agreements, but that can depend on a variety of factors. Many support circles also take on the role of landlord in addition to their role in helping the person being supported. So it's important to be aware of the rights and responsibilities that come with that landlord role. In Ontario, landlords have certain responsibilities to tenants under the Residential Tenancies Act, or the RTA, but not all living situations are covered by the RTA. For example, if someone is renting a space where they share common areas like a kitchen or bathroom with the landlord or the landlord's close family member, the RTA would not apply. This means the tenant wouldn't have the same legal protections as they would in other types of rentals. This isn't necessarily good or bad, it just means everyone should be aware of it. It's a good idea for anyone renting or sharing a home to learn about their legal rights and responsibilities. We recommend using a written lease and getting legal advice if needed. We have also created a housemate partnership agreement. This is a tool you can use to write down the agreements made between housemates and members of their support circle. It's especially important to plan ahead and agree on what would happen if the living arrangement no longer works. For example, deciding who would move out and how much notice is needed. How do major problems get resolved? This means problems that are so big that they could potentially end a housemate relationship. Ideally, there are agreed upon stages of conflict resolution, as everyone has put a lot of energy into creating the living situation and would like to keep it going. It can sometimes be helpful to involve a neutral third party, like an independent facilitator or other mediator, to assist in resolving disagreements or disputes. Support circles should have agreed upon processes to help solve conflicts, not to keep housemates together against their wishes, but to ensure enough has been done to get over bumps in the road. The housemate partnership agreement should outline the process as well as time required for notice to end the housemate partnership. Be fair and consider the financial interreliance between housemates when considering how much notice is appropriate. 90 days seems to work well for support circles, which takes into account sharing of support. Note that this is different from the usual 60 days required to give notice to vacate a rental. This is time that the housemate is required to pay for their portion of the shared costs, not necessarily that they have to live there if the relationship with the housemate has significantly deteriorated. It's important to discuss the long-term goal of the support circle. For example, what is the minimum time commitment for the living situation, the needs and capacity of the support circle to maintain the living situation, and any changing needs the housemate might have in the future. Some support circles create a living situation with the intention of trying it out while waiting for a more permanent, funded, supportive housing situation, while others create homes with the intention that the person supported will live the remainder of their life there. It's not as important what the goals are, but that support circles are transparent at the beginning of planning, as well as throughout the time involved, as life happens, and things can change over time. Having regular house meetings can be a good time to connect about longer-term goals. Here are some points of summary that may be useful as you move forward. All living situations have ups and downs. Building a strong partnership can help the relationship weather rough patches. Learn about laws and process that impact the living situation to get a better understanding of how to manage the living situation. Open and honest conversations generally help with the creation of solid housemate partnerships. Supporting this process is emotional and can be energy consuming, so be sure to consider what you commit to taking on and how you intend to manage the demands. Be open to support and letting go of some areas that you might have been in control of previously. This slide provides links to information and resources, which are related to the content in this module. Link 1 leads to Step 1 of the DSO Housing Toolkit. Link 2 leads to the My Housing and Support Plan form. Link 3 leads to the My Relationship Circle tool. Link 4 leads to the Housemate Partnership Agreement. And the fifth set of links leads to Housemate Compatibility Profiles. All web links that are shown throughout this module can be accessed in the resource document for this module. This slide has links to DSO-related information and resources. Link 1 can help you locate your area DSO. Link 2 leads to information about DSO Housing Navigation. Link 3 leads to a list of housing navigators for all regions of Ontario and includes their contact information. And Link 4 will take you to the DSO events calendar. This concludes our module on Housemate Matching Support Circle Factors. For more information and content from Developmental Services Ontario, please view our website and social media accounts.